Welcome back to another episode of Tapped in Sports. I'm your host, Leo Luna. And on this episode, I'm going to talk about two players the 49ers need to re-sign right now. Why right now? Because these players could cost double than what it would in the offseason or significantly less by signing them now opposed to waiting until the end of the offseason. I'm also going to mention four honorable mentions who could have been one out of the two, but I decided that the other two were more dominant in getting an extension. I'm not talking about George Kittle because that's an obvious one. I'm not talking about Trent Williams because that's an obvious one. So first off, with the honorable mentions, wide receiver Kendrick Bourne. He's a fan favorite. I loved the guy when he came here as an undrafted rookie, and he could play a pivotal role this year because of the virtual offseason, because he has that connection with Jimmy Garoppolo. But next year in 2021, when you would imagine there could be a full offseason, the front office may want to go with a Deebo Samuel, a Brandon Ayuk, a Juwan Jennings, a possibly healthy Jalen Hurd, and we'll see what happens with Dante Pettis. I know he's kind of in the doghouse right now, but we could see what happens there. Next would be Kyle Juszczyk. There's other priorities that come before Juszczyk, such as a George Kittle extension or a Trent Williams extension. He is the best fullback in the league. I believe they want to bring him back, but they're going to need other pieces to fall before they re-sign him. Next is an interesting one, which is all-pro corner Richard Sherman. I think it's best for Sherman to wait until the end of the season. I think it's best for the 49ers to wait until the end of the season. On top of that, you can't sign any sizable deals before getting a Kittle extension done, and Richard Sherman would cost as a sizable deal. And then as well as it depends how much the 49ers want to pay for a 33-year-old cornerback. There's not much options behind Emmanuel Mosley to play as a starting caliber level at the cornerback position, so there could be something to get done. He's still playing at a high level, an elite level at that position. Next would be an underrated, probably top 10 strong safety in the NFL, but I do believe San Francisco would be outpriced on Jaquiski Tartt next season. Jimmy Ward has shown the physicality to be able to play strong safety. He's shown he could play in the box as a strong safety. And let's be honest, Tavarius Moore is probably one step quicker playing the ball when it's in the air than Jimmy Ward. So Tavarius Moore would take over as free safety, and then Jimmy Ward would be the strong safety moving forward. And I don't see much of a drop-off from that, and I would imagine 49ers don't see much of a drop-off from that. And then now we're going to get into it. So the first player that I think the 49ers need to re-sign right now is defensive tackle DJ Jones. He is 25 years old. He's 6 foot, big body at 321. And without DeForest Buckner on the team, DJ Jones is probably the best interior run stopper on the team. A big 2020 season could get Jones paid. As far as a contract this offseason, what I would relate to DJ Jones is an older player that has had more success in the league, but he played at a similar level to DJ Jones, who is Linval Joseph, 32 years old, and he's making 8.5 average salary with the Los Angeles Chargers. And as far as similar, they did grade, according to Pro Football Focus, pretty similarly. And Linval Joseph was 66.3 versus the pass, 66.3 versus the run, and DJ Jones was 68.3 versus the pass. Joseph was 62.9, and DJ Jones was 61.7. So they're pretty right there on even grounds with those two players. But with DJ Jones being younger, so next offseason he would be 26. He could very well make that 8.5 average salary with a different team. I don't think San Francisco would go that high for him. And just looking at replacement for DJ Jones, there's not much on the team as of now that could fill and play at that level that he does. So they could probably come to a deal right now, something around $5 million a year, and on a multi-year deal. That's something I would pull the trigger on if I was John Lynch and staff there. Next is going to be cornerback Kayvon Williams. Right now, this season, in the final year of his deal, he's making $3.18 million. And then his over-the-cap value has him at $6 million. So that's almost double already. And then he's 28 years old, turns 29 in July. He's top 5 slot corner year in, year out in the league, in my opinion. Has great success blitzing, and that is huge for a team that does not blitz very often. So when you're able to have your slot corner blitz and blitz successfully, that is huge for your defense. So as far as a contract comparison, I'm going to say another career slot corner guy is Buster Skrine. He is making $5.5 million a year with the Chicago Bears. But get this, he is 2 years older, and he has had nowhere near the success as Kayvon Williams. As if you look at the PFF grades, especially from this past season, Skrine is about 20 notches below versus the run than K1. He's about 9 less than K1 versus coming off the edge as blitzing. And he's also 18 below K1 in coverage grade. And he's getting $5.5 million from the Chicago Bears. I'm not saying that's a smart deal by them, but it's obviously not working out. And that's kind of what you get for a player like Buster Skrine. He's always been that in his career. K1 has been successful in his career. So I don't think it would be shocking if K1 was able to make $8 million with the team. But right now, probably similar to DJ Jones, I'll go ahead and offer $5 million per year. And that may or may not get done, or even $6 million may or may not get done. But K1 is a guy who's very likely to make $8 million next season. So those are my 2 guys that I believe the 49ers need to re-sign right now because they're pivotal starters on the defense. I'm going to say K1 is a starter because in their 4-3 scheme, the slot corner plays more than all 3 linebackers, or essentially the third linebacker. So those are 2 guys that the San Francisco 49ers need to sign right now. Thank you for tuning in. Do not forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter